Immigrant Trust resolution to the agenda this evening. However, I want to remind everybody that this is only the first step. There's still much more work ahead for us. Some things that we can do as a community, because this resolution is just an ask for our state to pass legislation, we need to push our leaders to pass it. We would like to see town ordinances that provide clear protections for immigrants and policies that protect citizens should we be occupied. So some of those are prohibiting the use of city parking lots, vacant lots, garages, for civil immigration enforcement staging areas, for processing locations or operation bases as seen in like Chicago. Implement clear policies at every city-owned and operated location that mirrors the policies for data safety, require a judicial warrant for data, and no entry in private areas without a warrant. We can also ensure all city-owned and operated locations are clearly labeled with public and private areas. These are just some of the things that we could do locally to really protect our community members. And I think together we can keep moving forward towards a more just and inclusive community. And I look forward to speaking with you more. Thank you.
Thank you so much. My name is Lisa Ferraro. I reside at 97 West Cherry Street. And I just wanted to thank the council for putting the Immigrant Trust Act on the agenda. Am I too close to the mic? Okay. I really appreciate the time that you're taking to consider it, and I know that we all share these values, that all residents are important, and that we want to make a statement that we stand for all people that live in our city. And I think it would be such a powerful statement if this resolution gets passed. Additionally, I think it would be a great way of showing the state that this is important to our city and to the cities in New Jersey. And I just ask that after hopefully you pass the resolution, that you additionally reach out to specific people at the state level who could do something to pass this through the state, and that would be Assemblyman Atkins, who's the chair of Assembly Oversight, Reform, and Federal Relations, Senator Stack, chair of the Senate Judiciary Committee, Senate President Nicholas Scutari, and Speaker Craig Coughlin. Because while this makes a great statement for our city, really we want to encourage them. Encourage these people to pass this through the state level. And then as Amy says previously, that if we can get specific things that our city can do additionally to protect our citizens and codify them within our city, that would be really wonderful as well. I want to thank Councilperson Michela. I'm sorry, I don't know your name. How do you say your name?
My name's Aaron.
Oh, Aaron. Okay, hello, Aaron. I want to thank you.
It's cool, they like you.
Thank you for explaining in detail more about the act, and also thank you so much. The last names are killing me. Montes Diego for your translation, which I think is so important because we want our citizens to understand and know that, this is for them. I think that is what I wanted to say. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Hi, I'm Carmen Bernini. I live at 1400 Essex Avenue. I'm a pastor at Zion Church in Rahway, just up the road. I wanted to say thank you for your attention to the TA. It's much appreciated. I wanted to speak about the Avenel raid, which I'm sure many of you have already heard about, where 46 workers were taken from a warehouse, which was very near a lot of our Rahway communities. I was there that day with a number of other people. And to get a sense of what this looks like when you have a fully militarized column of people enter your city, there were 22 military vehicles, some of them holding as many as 10 either CBP or ICE agents. So CBP formed a line to block people from entrance into the warehouse where they removed 46 people. One kid was 18 years old, paying for his college tuition. His parents still don't know where it is. And the CBP agents are fully armed. Behind them were ICE agents wearing camouflage and machine guns. Right? And so that was like right outside of Raleigh. And one of the CBP agents, just to get a sense of what we're talking about here, actually assaulted a colleague of mine and punched him in the face. Just knocked him to the ground. And that's that. I mean, I don't know if he's going to press charges or whatever. But that's what we're talking about. And so to see that, which I also saw at the Laney Hall, where Mayor Ross Baraka was arrested, because I was also there for that. To see that in your community, it's scary enough as like a citizen, but for people in our community to see that and to be afraid of what's going to happen if someone comes knocking on your door. I appreciate we can do all that we can to protect the residents of Rahway, to stop was obviously a fear campaign. I mean, wearing camouflage in an urban context makes no sense, right? I mean, you're not hiding amidst the trees or the sands in the desert or something. So, I mean, it's all about fear. And so whatever we can do as a city to project that we're going to protect our residents means a lot. It means a lot as a clergy in town, as a dad in town, and all of the roles I play. So I appreciate that, and I want to echo what was said before, that there's more that we can do and to protect our residents. So thank you.
Hi, my name is Dr. Angela Wallace. I am a resident at Riverwalk of Rahway, Barnhart Lane, and I'm here with other residents from Riverwalk of Rahway as well. We're not on your agenda, but we have been trying to push an issue for a while now. It's basically the parking issue. I worked with Mr. Brown. We're trying to find a resolution. We also sent an email to a couple council members, but haven't heard anything back. So our key points here are essentially that we're requesting assistance to amend the current parking ordinance that limits parking on Essex and Johnson Streets to only those residents of those streets. As you know, Barnhart Lane is a private road. They don't come in to collect the trash. However, it is a part of the community. We pay equal taxes as the residents on Johnson or Essex. But the parking situation on Barnhart Lane is very limited, and it's been causing a lot of difficulties for the Riverwalk residents and their visitors. So we're looking to allow residents of Barnhart Lane to also file for permits to be able to park on Essex Street or Johnson Street. Every resident on Barnhart Lane is only allowed 2 parking spots. Some people have multiple cars. If you're aware of just to give you a kind of point of view what I'm talking about, it's right where the park is, the river, right on Essex, across from City Hall essentially, the big townhouses. The street's always empty. There's no one parking there, and residents at Riverwalk are parking on top of each other when we have that resource there. So I'm the HOA board president. I'm really trying to find a resolution for this because it is really causing a lot of kind of chaos, and when we see that resource available, we're trying to make it better for all residents that live there. So I'm coming on behalf of myself. My name is Antoinette. This is Lorena. She also lives at Riverwalk, and this is Harris, another board member. So we've been hitting a wall. We've gone to the parking department down in downtown. We got some directives to email certain council members, and we didn't hear anything back. So I'm just really, trying to get some sort of resolution and be able to report back to 86 homes that are located within Riverwalk at Rahway, that the city is working on something to make their lives easier and alleviate the tensions that are being created within Barnhart Lane because of the parking situation.
I understand that Lorena also lives on Barnhart. Just another thing, I know that there is a budget every year. We just wanted to see if our area could be taken into consideration for next year's budget when it comes to paving. You guys patched some holes on Hancock, but the holes are back. And on Essex in Johnson, it's really bad. And I feel like the city should take a closer look at that area as well. Taxes are high, and it's 86 homes paying taxes every year. So it's just, you know, a little TLC in our community to make it better for everyone.
Thank you.
And I know these can't possibly be addressed tonight, obviously, it's getting late, but if we can have some guidance on how we can move forward, possibly with an additional meeting offline to talk about these things, that would be excellent.
My business administrator will reach out to you instead of a meeting for you guys to come and discuss the issues in more detail.
Perfect.
Thank you.
And I just want to add one more thing about the ICE thing. So I'm a combat veteran, and to see that people, thank you, to see what people are talking about, I didn't really know what happened, and now to hear that there were people in camouflage and they're arresting people is very troublesome to me. So I appreciate that the Rahway Council is looking into something for, you know, so this doesn't happen. So thank you so much, and I'll be looking to. So thank you.
Thank you for your service.
Next up, David, address, please.
Hi, my name is Alejandro Jaramillo, 697 Real Road, Rahway, and council members, mayor. Thank you for considering the resolution in support of the Immigrant Trust Act tonight. I will echo what others have said, my colleague Amy, Lisa, and Reverend Carmine, and I'm not going to repeat what they said, but I'm here to speak on behalf of some people that are not here, that are undocumented immigrants, that I know personally. And there is a lot of fear. Fear on their children going to school. Fear on them when they are going out shopping. They go on to the stores. And it is very important that today you all vote in favor of the resolution. And also it's very important that in addition to the resolution, you support ordinance like Lisa and Amy mentioned that basically prohibits any collaboration of our local authorities, local officials with us, logistics, parking, police, and also make sure that our police force, if ICE comes to town, they just don't cooperate with them, As a matter of fact, I will expect them that if they see ICE agents knocking on a door or putting someone on the ground and pushing them around, to approach those officials and ask them if they have a warrant. And if they don't have a warrant, ask them to release the person because that's against the law. So thank you for your support, and I hope that you all vote in favor of the resolution tonight.
Thank you, sir. Please speak your name and your address, please.
Andrew Garcia Phillips, 1470 Campbell Street. I wanted to also speak and thank you for considering the resolution to support the Immigration Trust Act. Grateful for your partnership in making our community safe for everyone. And as others mentioned, there's more work to be done. I hope you don't take that as criticism, but just that together we need to do more to make people feel safe here. We'll bring any ideas that are percolating to your attention. So I thank you for considering all that. I have two questions about separately about the pilot ordinances. For one, the ordinance text that you're voting on tonight says that the city would be compensated with 2% of the project costs per year. But the presentation said that it would be a percentage of revenue. Which one is it? I appreciate all the information. I hope that maybe that will be made part of the public package so I can look at it in more detail afterward. The other thing that caught my attention though is that you showed how the project costs add up and how that necessitates the tax break that the developer needs from the public. And the biggest part of the development cost that you showed was the acquisition of the land itself. And that caught my attention because this particular property was the subject of an interesting transaction that was in the news a few years ago. It sold in 2017 for $7.5 million. Now, it's been vacant for a long time, and someone bought it for $7.5 million. 5 years later, they sold it without changing anything. They sold it for $62 million. And it was suspicious why this would happen. It was a transaction that no one explained. I think both parties were represented by the same people. So it was a transfer for some reason. Maybe it was perfectly legit. Maybe they just needed to invest their money somewhere. I don't know. But the fact that that cost now is the justification for why the public needs to be a partner in developing this property, I think is a question that needs to be answered. And I hope that we'll get an answer to that. Thank you.
Anyone else would like to speak? Okay. Any motion in a second to close the public hearing portion? Motion.
Make motion to adjourn.
Second. Second. Roll call, please.
Councilmember Brooks?
Yes.
Brown?
Yes.
Eastman? Yes. Miles?
Yes.
Mohica?
Yes.
Montestioka?
Yes.
Newberry? Yes. Parson? Yes. Jablonska?
Yes. Mr. Vaughn, please read ordinance number 5425.
An ordinance of the City of Rahway, County of Union, State of New Jersey, approving the pilot application and authorizing the mayor and city clerk pursuant to NJSA 40A:20-1 and set to execute a financial agreement by and between the City of Rahway and 329 New Brunswick Rear Urban Renewal LLC for property located on lot 10.02 in block 276 as shown on the official tax map of the City of Rahway and located in the 329 New Brunswick Avenue redevelopment plan.
Do any of the council members have any questions or comments? May I have a move in a second?
Well, I believe that there needs to be clarity. I'm sorry, and it's just because it was brought up and it was a good point. The ordinance says 2%. The presentation is the percentage of income. Is the 2% correct, or was it the percentage of income?
It's percentage of income, the 2% that perhaps is referenced there, is where the administrative fees that the city gets on pilot as 2% of that. Is an administration.
Say it long, sorry.
Microphone for
The pilot is based on a percentage of gross revenues, 10%, 11, 12, as I mentioned, throughout the 30 years. Also, it's a greater of that or the $2.50 per square foot. The 2% that perhaps they're referencing is, in addition to the pilot, the city receives 2% of that pilot amount, in addition for administrative purposes. The reason for that, it's a small amount, and the reason for the city, the developer to pay that extra 2% is because each year the city will have to go through a process of reviewing the developer's audits to make sure that the pilot payments are being made properly. And each year, if they'll look at the gross revenues to confirm those numbers. So that's the 2%. But the pilot itself is a percentage of gross revenues.
Thank you. Thank you.
So I'm sorry, the question I have, only because for the purpose of the ordinance, it says the financial agreement shall be charged based on 2% of the total project cost. That's incorrect?
Correct.
That's incorrect. Unfortunately, both of these ordinances require a 2% of total project. You have to. It's a substantive change to the ordinance as
That amendment can be made on the floor. That amendment can be made on the floor of first reading. It's not a substantive change to an ordinance that's been introduced. It's an amendment to an ordinance that is being introduced, that has already been introduced. You can make that amendment on the floor.
You go to executive session to discuss this?
Yeah, I apologize. I just want to make sure that this goes correctly. So if I could have, Councilor Lang. Let me go back. Yeah.
But please excuse us, we'll.
So, yeah.
I make a motion to go into executive session. Wait, hold on. Who made the motion?
Aye.
Give us a few minutes. Thank you.
She's dropping it. I saw that stuff. I got you.
Nice to meet you.
That's like trying to get people on the subways. I don't know. To look away. But did you see the TikTok? All of a sudden, like somebody was on the subway and it was like, oh my gosh, we actually understand this. It's the first day. It was so hilarious. Like, right?
Big part of the sweet considerations that you make for council is that what area also to where
So
Chicken coops and most chicken all my cats were boys. Oh.
I make a motion to close the executive session.
All right, so just to clean up some of the confusion here. So we have two ordinances on the agenda for tonight. Ordinance 54-25 and ordinance 55-25. Both of which are dealing with pilots. There is a scrivener's error in ordinance 54, which suggests that the financial agreement will be for 2% of the total project. That was obviously put forward in error. The following paragraph, which explicitly points everyone to the actual document which is being discussed and is being negotiated, that is the document that should be governing the ordinance. So at this time, if the council wishes to proceed, they can move to amend the two ordinances as proposed, and my recommendation would be to amend the ordinance to just delete paragraph, which would be section 4 altogether out of it, so that everything from the financial agreement shall be for 30 years, that entire paragraph is going to come out. Everything is going to just reference the agreement, the pilot agreement that was actually attached to it.
Council President, I'd like to make a motion to accept those ordinances as recommended, with the edits as recommended.
Second. You need a
Roll call, please.
Councilmember Brooks?
Yes.
Brown?
Yes.
Eastman? Yes. Miles? Mohica?
Yes.
Montes de Oca?
Yes.
Newberry?
Yes.
Parson?
Yes.
Tablisco?
Yes, all right, so the record should reflect that ordinance as proposed has been amended, and that the paragraph on section 4 has been removed. And then that will be reflected when the ordinance goes on for second reading as well. At this time, Council President, you can now proceed with calling for a vote as to whether the council wishes to move forward with the revised ordinance as proposed.
Need a motion and a second?
I'd like to make a motion to move the revised.
A second. Who's motioning it? Okay.
I'll second.
Roll call?
Yes.
Councilmember Brooks?
Yes.
Brown?
Yes.
Eastman? Yes. Miles? Mohica?
Yes.
Montes de Oca?
Yes.
Newberry?
Yes.
Parson? Tablisco?
So we're going to move to the ordinance number 55. Okay, so, all right, so we're in the same position for the next ordinance, which is 55-25, which is the second pilot agreement. And it will be the same proposed motion to amend to delete that paragraph.
I make a motion to accept the revised ordinance as proposed.
I second.
So can I just read the title?
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
Okay.
Sorry.
An ordinance of the City of Rahway, County of Union, New Jersey, approving the pilot application and authorizing the mayor and city clerk pursuant to NJSA 40A:20-1 et seq. to execute a financial agreement by and between the City of Rahway and 329 New Brunswick Front Urban Renewal LLC for property located on lot 10.01 in block 276 as shown on the official tax map of the City of Rahway and located in the 329 New Brunswick Avenue redevelopment plan.
So I think that's the first ordinance we've already taken, correct?
No.
That's the one we already did.
That's the one we already did.
55. This is 055. Now we're doing a motion and a second for the amendment.
I second.
Who's the second? Okay. Councilmember Brooks?
Yes.
Brown?
Yes.
Eastman?
Yes.
Miles? Mohica?
Yes.
Montes de Oca?
Yes.
Newberry?
Yes.
Parson? Tablisco. Now we have to take a vote to introduce it as amended. So I need a move in a second.
Make a motion.
Councilmember Brooks?
Yes.
Brown? Eastman?
Yes.
Miles? Mohica? Montes de Oca?
Yes.
Newberry?
Yes.
Parson? Tablisco.
No, we're on the 55.
No.
Okay, 56.
We read, 5625.
A bond ordinance providing for the acquisition of and payment of the purchase price for certain real property by and in the City of Rahway in the County of Union, State of New Jersey, appropriating $1 million therefore and authorizing the issuance of $1 million bonds or notes of the city to finance the cost thereof.
Questions or comments? May I have a mover and a second on this?
I make a motion.
Second?
Second.
Councilmember Brooks?
Yes.
Brown?
Yes.
Eastman? Yes. Miles? Mohica?
Yes.
Montes de Oca?
Yes.
Newberry?
Yes.
Parson? Tablisco.
5725.
A bond ordinance providing for the acquisition of and payment of the purchase price for certain real property by and in the City of Rahway in the County of Union, State of New Jersey, appropriating $2.5 million, therefore and authorizing the issuance of $2.5 million bonds or notes of the city to finance the cost thereof.
If you have any council members who have any questions or comments, may I have a motion and a second, please?
Make a motion to move.
Second. Roll call, please.
Councilmember Brooks?
Yes.
Brown?
Yes.
Eastman?
Yes.
Miles?
Yes.
Mohica?
Yes.
Montes de Oca?
Yes.
Newberry?
Yes.
Parson? Tablisco.
Yes. Okay, Mr. Chairman, once again, 55.
An ordinance amending Chapter 5, Administration of Government by amending Article 14, Procedure of Municipal Council, 5-63, pre-meeting conference.
Any council members have any questions or comments? May I have a mover and a second on this amendment?
So moved.
I second.
Roll call, please.
Councilmember Brooks?
Yes.
Brown?
Yes.
Eastman?
Yes.
Miles?
Mojica?
Yes.
Montestioca?
Yes.
Newberry?
Yes.
Parson? Jalissa?
Yes.
The O5925, an ordinance amending chapter 401 of the Code of the City of Rahway, vehicles and traffic.
Any questions or comments? I have a mover and a second to adopt.
I make motion.
I have a motion and a second.
I second.
Please roll call.
Councilmember Brooks?
Yes.
Brown?
Yes.
Eastman?
Yes.
Miles? Mojica?
Yes.
Montestioca?
Yes.
Newberry?
Yes.
Parson? Jalissa?
Yes. On to 6025, please.
An ordinance amending chapter 401 of the Code of the City of Rahway to establish Article 6, motorized bicycles and scooters, to regulate the operation, equipment, and modification of motorized bicycles and scooters within the city.
Do my councilman have any questions or comments?
I do have a comment.
Yes, I have.
For me, the part of the ordinance, I just want to increase the public question about the habit that are required. And as a school teacher, and I don't teach Rahway, I teach Elizabeth, but it's terrifying how many children come to school with no helmet on these electric scooters. Sometimes you have two kids on an electric scooter flying down the wrong side of the road. You have children driving these scooters on the road with no, really just driving a scooter on the road with no road sense, and it's incredibly dangerous. So I just wanted to draw attention to the helmet part of this. All operators of low-speed electric bicycles or scooters, regardless of class, shall wear a helmet under the age of 18 years of age. So, and if Christmas is coming up, a helmet is just so vital. It can literally make a difference between having a life and not having a life. And as a school teacher, I see it every day. I see my kids with no helmets, and it's a number of kids. And you've seen on the sidewalks where you almost get bumped over, and it's not always kids; it's also adults sometimes too. But I really want to emphasize the necessity of children under 18 wearing a helmet, because their brains aren't developed enough to know what's right or what's wrong. But we're adults, and we should be making that decision for them. So helmets are cool. So that was the big thing I wanted to draw everyone's attention to. Thank you.
Well said, Councilman.
Thank you very much for that. We have Mr. Brown, would you like to say something first?
Yes. What I'd like to say is to echo the same as Councilman Miles. The same thing, how do we make it so the people in Rahway at this school would recognize that this is happening and it's going to happen, that they should pay attention to. And having the school board member or superintendent be able to speak to the children, because you do see them where they have the bikes up there, and they just do ride down the street. But for the safety of them, that we should do something like that.
Very good.
Thank you, Councilman Brown. Just some clarification to the council. In anticipation of this ordinance, I spoke with the superintendent. Once the ordinance is passed, we will meet with them so they understand the ordinance in full, and they will be able to relay what is required of the children riding their electric bikes to school. We're going to work with the district to put out kind of a whole promotional campaign around it, but first things first is we have to put it into law here in the city of Rahway. So thank you for that question. It's a great question. And we will be working with the district in order to make sure the kids understand the ordinance in full.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you. Okay, now, may I have a second?
I'd like to make a motion to approve O-6025.
0625. Miles, yeah? Any second?
I second.
Miles, second.
Okay.
Roll call. Councilmember Brooks?
Yes.
Brown?
Yes.
Eastman?
Yes.
Miles?
Yes.
Mojica?
Yes.
Montestioca?
Yes.
Newberry?
Yes.
Parson?
Yes.
Jalissa?
Great.
Okay, ordinance O54-25 through O60-25 are deemed adopted on first reading and will come up for public hearing and final adoption on December 8th, 2025 at 7 p.m.
Good evening. As was discussed earlier, just for the record, ordinance resolution AR 248-25, which is the resolution in support of the Immigration Trust Act, has been pulled for a separate vote. So the consent agenda for the council will be items 245 through 247 and 249 through 267. That will be handled in one vote, and then the resolution for the Immigrant Trust will be held on a separate vote. Thank you. So you want to take the motion on the consent agenda first?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll take a motion on the agenda.
Second.
Councilmember Brooks?
Yes.
Brown?
Yes.
Eastman? Yes. Miles?
Yes.
Mojica?
Yes.
Montesioca?
Yes.
Newberry?
Yes.
Parson?
Yes.
Jablonski?
Yes. So now you would do it for just AR 248.
So resolution AR 248, a resolution in support of Senate Bill S 36072, Assembly Bill A-4987, authorizing the establishment of protections for immigrants interacting with government agencies.
I'd like to make a comment. Yes, thank you, Councilman. I appreciate it. I just want to briefly mention that I appreciate the council's vote on this, also the administration's attention on this. This is something that's been near and dear to many of us, especially those living in the Hispanic community or Latino community. But it not only resonates only with Hispanic communities, it resonates with Asian communities, with African communities. Just outside of Hispanic nationality and race, it's a human right. It's a human right to live and exist in this beautiful country that we call the United States. We're about to celebrate a wonderful holiday tomorrow. We should all feel part of this wonderful experiment of the United States. And being that this is such a great experiment, we can be human to one another. And I feel that the city of Rahway has always been at the forefront of that. Look at how diverse this council is. And it wasn't like this not too long ago. It's such a diverse council. It's proud to be part of it at this moment in time. With that diversity comes understanding when it comes to human rights. And I believe everyone here, sitting here, looking out into the audience as we speak about such an important passage of law, we can't help but to think that we're making somewhat of a difference. We know we have great law enforcement here in the city of Rahway, and our hearts are with them and the training that they receive as to how to care for the individuals who live in the city. But we can't control outside forces, unfortunately. That's just something that is above and beyond. And hopefully, as we bond together and we keep advocating for human rights, maybe things will change up in Washington. But I always believe that if we take care of our city, our people here on this granular level, and everyone else can do it in their community, I think we'll have a better place to live. Thank you so much for your support on this. I hope we can certainly pass this unanimously. Thank you.
Oh, no, if I speak, I could be on this subject for an hour or so.
If I may, Council President, so I just wanted to let the individuals, in the residents in the audience, know that the council and myself support these efforts 100%. Councilman Mojica mentioned this is a human rights issue. It saddens me, upsets me to see what's going on in our country. People are rounded up at their place of worship, or their home, without any warrant or justification of why they're being detained or brought in for deportation. Unfortunately, as the city attorney mentioned, we may not interfere with any identity between ourselves and our police officers in jeopardy, but we will not cooperate. And we will make sure that our residents understand here in the city of Rahway that they should not be fearful to interact with our police department. If they if they're victims of a crime, if they witness a crime, or if they just want to go up to a police officer and have a conversation. There should be no fear in that resident's mind that our officers would ask them for their immigration status or do anything of the sort. Our officers understand what their objective here is in the city of Rahway, and that is to serve and protect our community. I don't remember who
They are about to vote on the ITA.
But I just want to assure the public that I've already spoken to the Senate President and Speaker
Van a
about the
votar
Immigrant Trust Act, and it's always supported my
acerca del ITA.
I think that is a bill that the state will pass. The good thing is, Mike Sherrill won, so we don't have to worry about the record changing, but I would like to see it put into law, so it can never change. With Veterans Day coming up, I want to remind everyone who is in favor or doesn't have a problem with what's going on when it comes to ICE or with immigration tactics that are taking place, that many immigrants fought in the wars that we speak about. World War I, World War II. I think that, it's easy to create a boogeyman or an enemy, but let's really think about who these individuals are and what they've contributed to our country in the history of our country and are currently contributing to our country now. Like I said before, it is something that I'm very passionate about. My many good friends, family, people I love, were once immigrants or still immigrants. And I hate the fact that they feel that they have to kind of alter their moves in their life based on the current climate. Elections matter, so I'm not going to get political, but I'll just leave it at that. Elections matter, and that's the way to fight ICE and Washington moving forward. Thank you, Council President, for the time, and I want to thank the Council for taking the Immigrant Trust resolution into consideration. And I'm pretty confident that it will be a unanimous vote. Sorry, I heard this one.
Councilmember Brooks?
Yes.
Brown?
Yes.
Eastman?
Absolutely, yes.
Miles? Mojica?
Yes.
Montes de Oca?
Yes.
Newberry?
Yes.
Carson? Jablisco?
Yes.
The resolution has passed. They all voted yes. La resolución a favor del ITA acaba de pasar en la ciudad de Rahway. City of Rahway has just passed the resolution in favor of the ITA, the Immigrant Trust Act. Thank you, everybody. We're gonna end it here. Gracias a todos. Vamos a terminar aquí. Acaban de pasar la resolución a favor del ITA. Nos vemos.